Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. And a special thanks to the Homeschool Quest for inviting us to host this workshop. So, while we're navigating the homeschooling journey, we definitely want to focus on subjects like reading, writing, and math. But let's not forget some crucial life skills to empower our children to be safe, happy, and healthy. So that's where the Lil Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation steps in. We've developed programs, curriculum, and resources to provide our kids with not just academic knowledge, but also the confidence to make smart life choices. We all want our kids to thrive. We all want our children to be happy and flourish while being safe. And so you may be here because you need a little bit more guidance or motivation, or you need to get started or to keep going on this journey. And we are here today to help you on this journey, to help you succeed in empowering your kids to be safe, happy, and healthy. So, my name is Erica, and I am part of the Lil Iguana team. And I want to talk a little bit about the Lil Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation before we jump into our workshop today. So, the Lil Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation is a nonprofit that helps to educate and empower children to make safe and healthy choices to prevent abuse, abduction, trafficking, and serious accidental injuries. So, since 1994, we have used our music based and music driven programming and products to educate and empower millions of children in 7 countries. And Lil Iguana offers in person and virtual programming for homeschool use. We also have over 20 safety and well being lessons that we teach. So, everything from social emotional learning, being a good friend, regulating your emotions by staying cool and calm, respecting yourself and having self worth. We teach stranger danger, getting permission before you leave. What is that funny feeling that you feel inside and you have to tell someone that's your harm alarm? Who is a stranger? Run, 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 yell, and tell. We also teach online safety, what to do when you're home alone, wearing the gear, your bike helmet, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards when you're outside, water safety, train safety, how to wash your hands properly, how long to wash your hands for, not distracting the driver, buckling up your seatbelt, making sure you look left, right, and left again before you cross the street, and to always take a buddy with you because you are safer in numbers than by yourself. So, as you can see here, we have a pretty wide range of lessons we teach, over 20 safety and well being lessons. And we offer in person and virtual programs and resources for home use. We have positive affirmation cards, read along storybooks, and an online resource library with access to hundreds of ready to use printables and activities and lesson plans for homeschool use. So you can teach all 20 safety and well being lessons with easy to follow lesson plans. And we also offer original educational music that you can stream to teach on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. We have animated music videos, worksheets, and workbooks, and lesson plans that you can use in your home. So children can journey along with the trusted character Lil Iguana and all of his diverse friends as they navigate through their daily lives of learning, playing, acceptance, problem solving, and decision making. And since 1994, Lil Iguana has received countless testimonials from parents, educators, providers, police officers, and more. So Lil Iguana's programs have had a positive impact on the people who have seen them and have used them. And our programs are easy to understand, they're effective, they're easy for any reading level or any learning level, and they're remembered for years to come. So, a couple testimonials that I want to share with you today. Because of Lil Iguana's Harm Alarm program, a 3-year-old developed the courage and language to verbalize the abuse he was experiencing in his childcare facility and come forward. Because of Lil Iguana's Run, 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 Yell, and Tell program, a 16-year-old was able to escape a level 3 offender who tried to get her to go with him. And she remembered, as she described, Lil Iguana's silly song, Run, 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 Yell, and Tell, and she was able to run away, yell, and tell. And she had learned that program in second grade, and she was able to remember it when she was 16 years old. And because of Lil Iguana's road safety program, a child on the autism spectrum was able to learn how to stay with his family when he got out of the car and then look left, right, and left again before crossing the street. So, the best ways for a child to remember anything and to learn is to see it, build it, sing about it, have a snack about it, and review it again and again. And that is why Lil Iguana's programs are so effective because they feature music learning. Learning through music helps to break down complex concepts and make them enjoyable to learn and remember. It includes interactive role playing, which allows children to act out and practice scenarios in a safe and controlled environment, which can help them learn how to respond appropriately in real life situations. Our programs include play learning, which helps children develop social and emotional skills. And through play, children are able to share, take turns, negotiate, and resolve conflicts. So let's dive right in today by talking about the importance of a positive mindset, not just for our children, but also for ourselves. So, our positive mindset fosters an environment where children can grow and they can learn. And it's the confidence in ourselves and our capabilities that ultimately fuels our success. So, to empower ourselves, it all begins with a positive mindset. Your thoughts are the compass that guides your journey. And a positive mindset isn't about ignoring challenges. It's about approaching them with optimism and resilience, and then seeking encouragement when necessary. So, affirmations and goal setting and positive intentions are fantastic tools that can help you build your positive mindset. So, let's just take a deep breath before we start our workshop today. And I want us to set some positive intentions and positive affirmations. So, something like, I am super. I can do this. I believe in myself. I want you to either write those down, say them out loud, say them to yourself, and then we can begin. Once we have our positive mindset, we're ready to build our action plan to empower and educate our children. And when we're thinking about our plan, we need to think about the small steps that we're going to take to accomplish a goal. Because as we know, Rome was not built in a day. We're going to be taking these small steps and we're going to be taking our plans step by step so that we're not overwhelmed and so that we can plan effectively. So, in our action plan that we're building, we are going to talk about our lesson that we're teaching to our child. We're going to discuss it with them and listen to educational music that is involved with that lesson. We're going to demonstrate the lesson and we're going to show our child how to, and then we're going to practice it together. And then we're going to reinforce that lesson over and over again so that the child remembers and understands what they've learned. So, we need to avoid vague statements like these that you see on your screen here. And we've all done or said something like this before. Don't talk to strangers. Okay, who is a stranger? Did we ever actually talk about that with our child? Or look both ways before you cross the street? So, should we look up and down? Is that both ways? Or should we look left and right? Did we ever explain that? Did we show that? Or maybe you might say, something like, make sure you grab a healthy snack. Okay, so have we ever shown our child what a healthy snack is, explain those options, and then practice it with repetition by choosing healthy snacks together? When looking left, right, and left again to cross the street, have you talked about what you're going to avoid when crossing the street? Are we looking for cars? Are we looking for people? Are we looking for bikes? Are we looking for giraffes? If you've never demonstrated and reinforced this lesson, it might be the giraffes that your child is looking for. And our favorite phrase and confusing phrase that we often hear as child safety experts is don't talk to strangers. Okay, so who is a stranger? The typical answer that we hear is that a stranger is someone you don't know. Well, if you're not supposed to talk to someone that you don't know, how do you ever meet new people? It might be confusing for your child. So, who is a stranger? We will get into that today. And you might say, but Erica, my child and I have a password system, so we actually don't need to talk about this. We don't need to talk about who a stranger is. So, while a password system can initially seem like a straightforward way to ensure a child's safety, it can quickly become overcomplicated. So, do you change the password each time it's used? And then you have your child trying to remember the newest password that you just changed it to? Or do you keep the same password and then more than just you and your child knows that password? What we're trying to avoid here with the password system and by teaching who a stranger is that the chilling fact is that the majority of abductions and kidnappings involve someone the child knows, making the need for the password system somewhat impractical. So a child might not ask for a password because they know that person, or they might struggle to remember the new passwords as they replace the old ones. And it can make some things overwhelming for that child and potentially for the parent too. So, on the other hand, teaching a child to get permission every time they want to go somewhere or do something with someone, whether they know the person or not, this simplifies the process and makes it more effective. And it reinforces that a child should always get permission from the adult in charge every time. So instead of saying, don't talk to strangers, let's teach get permission first. And this approach not only ensures their safety, but also reduces the cognitive load on a child and it makes it easy for them to understand. So at Lil Iguana, we like to make our lessons super easy and super straightforward. They're easy to understand and they're simple to reinforce. So, who is a stranger? Lil Iguana says, and we teach that a stranger is anyone you don't have permission to go with right then and there. So every time you want to go somewhere or you want to do something, you need to get permission from the person or the adult that is in charge of you. So, what is permission? Permission is looking the adult in charge right in the eyeballs, asking if you can go somewhere or do something, and then getting a yes. And by incorporating humor with the word eyeballs and the simplicity of these three steps, this lesson becomes fun and easy to remember. It ensures that getting permission beforehand becomes part of the natural routine, and the catchy and easy to follow mantra helps empower your children to make safe and responsible choices. So that is our lesson. Our lesson that we're going to start with is who is a stranger? And a stranger is anyone you don't have permission to go with right then and there. And what is permission? Eyeballs, ask, yes. So that is the lesson part, the first step in our action plan. The next step in our action plan is talk and listen. So, we're going to talk about the importance of getting permission every time you want to go somewhere with someone. Even if you know the person, you need to get permission first from the adult in charge of you. And what is permission? Eyeballs, ask yes. So, you're going to look the adult in charge of you right in the eyeballs, and that makes sure that the adult in charge has the attention and their attention is on the child and they're ready to talk to them about whatever the child wants to talk about. They're not on their phone, you're not on your phone, you're not, doing something else, busy doing dishes, anything, and the child is just talking to your child is like, "Oh, I want to go do this." And you're just like, "Uh-huh, yep, uh-huh." So by looking the adult in charge right in the eyeballs, the child knows that they have their attention and then getting a yes. So getting a yes means that the child then has permission to go. And then after you get a yes, that is when you're going to make the plan. So when is your child leaving? Where are they going? Who are they going with? And what time are they getting back? So you're going to make an action plan together for what you're going to do after you get permission. And we're going to also reinforce the idea that you should never be embarrassed about getting permission. Even if you know the person, even if you've done that before, getting permission is a sign of responsibility and it means that your child is being safe. The third step we're going to take in this action plan is to demonstrate the lesson. We're going to talk about how you get permission and we're going to practice with some role playing. So we're going to show our child how to get permission to go somewhere or do something. We're going to practice looking each other right in the eyeballs asking, then getting a yes. And then after getting a yes, talking about our action plan and plans that we're going to make. Where are we going? Who are we going with? What time are we going to be get back? Remember, three easy steps: eyeballs, ask, yes. We're also going to demonstrate some examples so that there's real life situations that you can practice ahead of time. For example, the mailman talks to you and your child a few times a week when he drops off the mail. Today, he asks your child to take a ride with him, and you aren't there to give permission. So we're going to emphasize that that mailman is a stranger, and your child needs to get permission before going anywhere with him. Even though you see him a few times a week, you still need to get permission first before you're going to take a ride with him. Another example: your neighbor, Mrs. Jones, waves hi to you and your child when you get home from school each day. Mrs. Jones is nice, and your child has been over to play at her house before. One day, your child is outside, and Mrs. Jones asked them to come over and watch a movie. So we know Mrs. Jones. We've been to her house before. A stranger doesn't mean that a person is bad. A stranger doesn't mean that a person is good. A stranger just means we don't have permission to go with that person right then and there. So, in order to go over to Mrs. Jones' house, all we need to do is get permission first. And then that person isn't a stranger anymore. And permission is eyeballs, ask, yes. Very simple. The last step in our plan is that we're going to reinforce the lesson. So, as we said in the beginning, the best way for a child to learn something and to remember is by seeing it, building it, singing about it, having a snack, and reviewing it again and again. And Lil Iguana offers printable worksheets, music, crafts, activities, recipes, and different lesson videos so that you can reinforce all of our lessons that we teach in an easy to use and fun way. So, the takeaways today from Who is a Stranger is: remember to keep it simple. Everyone is a stranger unless you have permission to go. And once you have permission, that person isn't considered a stranger and you can go with them. Super easy. All you have to do is just get permission first. And you need to get permission every time. Every time you want to go somewhere or do something, it doesn't matter if you've had permission in the past. You need to get permission each time you want to go somewhere or do something with someone from the adult in charge. And getting permission means getting a yes. So it's eyeballs, ask, yes. Three easy to follow steps and easy to remember steps. And if you don't have permission to go, we need to run, 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 yell, and tell. And that is one of the other lessons that we teach. And we offer lesson plans and guides for that lesson as well. So those are the takeaways. Today, we are going to offer for anyone who attended this workshop or is watching it on replay, you're going to get a free Who is a Stranger mega bundle. All you need to do is scan the QR code on your screen and use code homeschool at checkout to receive this bundle for free. It's a $78 value. We're offering it today for free for those who watch this workshop live or who are watching it on replay. You have until next Monday to get this bundle free of charge by using the code homeschool. So in this bundle, we include an easy to follow step-by-step plan for grown-ups on how to teach the lesson Who is a Stranger to your child. It's going to include pre and post lesson evaluation, conversation prompts, a multiple choice quiz. So it's a real easy to follow step-by-step guide for parents. And then we also have an interactive activity workbook for kids, which includes QR codes to music, educational music and songs, as well as lesson videos that they can watch to reinforce the lesson of Who is a Stranger. And it features some fun activities, and it all has those characters, Lil Iguana and his friends. And if you need further guidance after you have downloaded that bundle and you have watched the reinforcing materials, you might be interested in our digital membership, Safety Up with Lil Iguana. This is an online resource library that offers hundreds of ready-to-use printable activities, crafts, worksheets, and it's all focused on keeping kids safe, healthy, and happy. So we have over 20 lessons that we teach and we can reinforce with the printable activities in this online resource library. So members get access to an online resource library with hundreds of ready to use printables, They also receive, if you're like, I have no idea where to start, I have no idea how to begin this journey, don't worry. We're going to send you a monthly action plan on how to teach your kids to stay safe, happy, and healthy. So each month, they're going to get an action plan that you can just print or download and use to teach lessons to your children. And then you also get access to our supportive community, our monthly Q&A calls, and just engaging support from the Lil Iguana team and fellow members. And then if you would like, we have all of our educational songs and music and activities online. You can go to liliguana.org to stream our educational songs and music, listen on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify. So you can listen for free and reinforce our lessons with our music. And then I encourage you to follow us on social media. We have lots of fun workshops and giveaways that we host, and we would love to have you uh, come along with us on this supportive journey of raising safe, happy, and healthy kids. We thank you for attending this workshop today, and we hope that you will go and download the Who's a Stranger Mega Bundle, code homeschool, and that will guide you on teaching this lesson of who is a stranger. I am Erica from the Lil Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation. I hope you found this workshop very informative and helpful. We have lots of other workshops that we offer. Like I said, if you go to our social media, you can, let's pull that back up. If you follow us on social media, you'll see lots of other workshops that we host on all the other lessons that we teach. So we are very excited to see you through this journey of raising safe, happy, and healthy kids. We hope you enjoyed this workshop and you have some fun and engaging activities that you can find on our website. And thank you again to the Homeschool Quest for inviting us to host this workshop today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.